Okay, good morning, everyone. All right, as usual, teacher is recording the lesson for you. Okay, good morning. For today, moving on, we are going to learn on speaking. Okay, for this part of the Unit 4 Learning World lesson, is the main aim is for you to ask for help when you are studying other languages or you're studying about foreign languages because we are learning about learning world, right? Okay, the main thing is for you to speak more. All right, so you will be doing presentation for this class, so you'll be asking for help when you are studying, for example. Okay, and then you have to be able to say what are your studying or learning strategies, okay, when it comes to learning new languages. All right, okay, so shall we begin? So before I move on, teacher would like to play a video for you to revise your present simple and present continuous um, in the affirmative and negative. Okay. The other day we have done that and you have done the practices and we didn't watch the grammar animation video. So I'm just playing it for you as a revision before we move on. Okay, let's just watch this.
He usually listens to reggae. Today, he's listening to heavy rock. She often listens to hip-hop music. Today, she's listening to heavy rock. He usually listens to reggae. Today, he's listening to heavy rock. She often listens to hip-hop music. Today, she's listening to heavy rock.
Okay, so I hope you noticed the present continuous and present simple usage in the video and the contractions used. She's listening, he's listening. Is actually he is, she is, but just that we have the contractions. He's listening, she's listening, and he listens, she listens. Okay, and then the difference between present simple being the repeated action or habitual routine, and present continuous, the action happening now in the present. All right, okay, so that's for your revision. Moving on. Okay, moving on, we are going to look at the first activity of the day. And before we move on to the first activity, we'll be watching a video. All right, a video on the activity.
Hi, Zach. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm revising. You've got a French exam tomorrow, remember?
Oh, yes.
You're good at French, Jasmine. Can you help me with something, please?
Yeah, sure.
How do you say tomorrow in French?
It's demain.
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Yes, it's demain.
How do you spell that?
D-E-M-A-I-N.
Great, thanks, Jasmine.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Right, so you need to know what was mentioned in the video, the dialogue. the conversation between Jasmine and Zach in order to answer the next activity. Okay, the next activity is based on the video that was played for you. Right. Okay. So that was the video, and here teacher has the audio. So you can listen to the
Unit 4.
audio.
Speaking. Exercise 1.
Hi, Zach. What are you doing? Oh, I'm revising. We've got a French exam tomorrow. Remember? Oh, yes. You're good at French, Jasmine. Can you help me with something, please? Yeah, sure. How do you say tomorrow in French? Um, it's demain. Sorry, can you say that again, please? Yes, it's demain. How do you spell that? Demain. Great. Thanks, Jasmine.
Okay, so that's
Unit 4. Speaking. Exercise.
all right. So that was the
Unit
end.
4. Speaking. Exercise 1.
Okay, that was
Unit 4. Speaking. Exercise 1.
Hi, Zach. What are you doing? Oh, I'm revising.
all right. So that's the end of the podcast. Okay. So now, based on that podcast and the video, you are to give me the answers. You are to give me your answers. All right. So for your answers, let's assume you already know the answers because we will be discussing this during the lesson. But now I'm just going to give you the answers. As will be, if you need to watch the video for revision, you may watch it when you are doing your work. Okay. Okay, the first one is, can you help me with something, please? Okay, that's the answer, right? This is the answer. The answers are taken from the key phrases from your book, which I'll be showing you in the next slide. Okay, for the next one, yeah, sure. How do you say tomorrow in French? So that's the answer. I hope you got the answer. The next answer is demain. Demain, French sound. Okay, sorry. Can you say that again, please? Demain. Yes, it's demain. So the answer is, how do you spell that? Okay, so that's the answer that you need to give, which is taken from the key phrases given here. So these are the key phrases that you need to fill in the blanks. And the audio track was already played for you earlier. Okay, so I'm not going to play it again, but during the lesson, for you to further understand and get the answer, I will play it for you again. That's the purpose of me putting the audio track podcast here. Okay.
Unit 4. Speaking.
It's the animation. Okay. Right. So next activity, this is activity 2. For this activity, we are going to look at, this is like phonetics. Okay, the phonetic sounds for the pronunciation, and then you need to listen to the phonetics and complete the alphabet given here. Okay, so you need to listen first to the podcast, and after listening to the podcast, you need to fill in the blanks here based on the phonetic sounds. So as you listen, you can identify the phonetic symbols.
Unit 4. Speaking. Exercise 2. A. H. J. K. E. B. C. D. E. G. P. T. V. F. L. M. N. S. X. Z. I, I, Y, O, O, U, Q, U, W, R, R.
Okay, I hope you got it right. Okay, so these are the answers. All right, it's the first one, the J. So when you're coming for the lesson, teacher would further explain to you about this, and I would ask you to tell me the sounds. Okay, here based on the podcast played for you, these are the answers. These are the letters missing. All right, from the space given. All right, I hope you got all the letters. Okay, the seven is I, and the last one is you. All right. So moving on for the next activity, we are to say the alphabet, and you have to work in pairs and ask your partner to spell words from units 1 to 3. That means what we have learned earlier from unit 1 to unit 3 up to the last unit that we learned, wildlife. You have to do an activity with your friends and you have to spell the words given by your friend. So definitely we can't do it here in the lesson video, but I'm just explaining to you the activity that you will do during this lesson, because this is a speaking lesson. So definitely you have to speak more, right? So you will be doing this activity in the class. For those who are not coming, it will be difficult for you to do this, but you can write down the words that you have problem spelling from unit 1 to unit 3, as many as you can in your book to do this activity. But for those who are coming for the Google Meet, we will do it in real time during the lesson. All right. For the next activity, you have to imagine that you have got an English exam tomorrow and you have to think of some easy words in the language, in your language, which means that it is you have to think about Tamil. And you have to ask your partner for help with translation and spelling. So you have an example of a language here. How shoes look in English, let's say, okay, but this is definitely not Tamil, but you don't have to think like this. So you can come up with a Tamil word that you have difficulty and you have to translate to English, okay? And then you have to come up with the word and you have to spell the word, all right? So this is also an activity which will be done during the lesson, okay? Which we will be doing during lesson as well. So the last part is the part where I am going to let you prepare, and you are going to get into either pair work or you will do with partners, 4 in a group or 3 in a group. We will decide when we are doing it during the lesson, and then you have to come up with a new dialogue, and depending on how many of you are in one group, one person will be A, one person will be B and C and D, or just A and B, and you have to come up with a question and you have to give a reply. So basically the question is given to you like, A, can you help me with something please, and you have to prepare a reply. Same goes for how do you say in English, and you have to prepare a reply. And can you say that again please, and you have to give an answer. And next question, how do you spell that, you have to prepare an answer. And next question, great, thanks, and you have to come up with an answer. So this activity is totally on you in presenting. Okay, so it's about you practicing your speaking skills in English, and you have to come up with a scenario whereby you have difficulties learning English and you are the A person or the B person. Okay, and you have to decide on that. We will decide that during the lesson, and you have to speak during the lesson. So this is how we are going to do this. Okay, for those who are coming and in the lesson, you attended the lesson, you won't have much difficulties because you just have to present during the lesson, and after that you have to write down whatever you presented in your book. But those who are unable to attend the class but you are able to watch this lesson video, you have to come up with the dialogue on your own and answer it, and you have to write the dialogue. For example, question 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that means 5 replies with the question in your book for this activity. All right. So the next activity I will give you during the lesson is spelling. Okay, for those who are attending the class, they will be given the words. I'll be giving about 10 words based on what you have learned earlier, or I might choose the words during the lesson as well. Okay, I won't be putting the spelling list here. All right, I'll be giving the spelling for those who are attending the class. So finally, this is the last part of the video. So before I go, please record your attendance as usual. Don't forget to record your attendance. Either you can go to this Google form, which I will share in the Telegram group as well. Okay, you can go to the Google form. Even when you scan the QR code, it will still go to this Google form. All right, so you'll come to this page. This is how your attendance looks like on for Wednesday. So then you write your name and you just choose 5 Vetri or 5 Vivegam and you submit. Okay, you click submit. Once you click submit, I will get the record. All right, so you don't have to key in more than once. Please remember that. Just key in one time. That will do. Then after that, you scan. If you are unable to access the link or you prefer scanning the QR code, you can also do that. If you're watching in a laptop, you're using a laptop, you have a mobile phone with you, you can scan the code. Immediately it will go to that web page, uh, the Google form, and then you just key in that and you submit to teacher. Okay, that's the end of the lesson. Thank you for those who are watching this lesson video, and thank you. I assume you are coming for the class. So thank you for coming for our English lesson today on Wednesday, and I hope you understood and the lesson video was clear enough for you to do your work, or it is like a revision for you. Okay. All right. So I would like to end with a quote from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. If I'm not mistaken, he's German. Okay. He who does not know foreign languages does not know anything about his own. All right. So I hope I leave you with a thought to ponder about. Ponder means to think about. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.